Greetings and welcome to this edition of
Positronic.
I'm Barry P. Cook, and I'm here with a review of the latest episode of DC's Legends of Tomorrow. It was called Meet the Legends, Meet M-E-A-T. This is going to be a short video. There isn't a lot to say about this episode. This show isn't all that substantial. Usually I watch it because it's a lot of fun. It's madcap crazy fun, and I like the characters despite the fact that the stories that they put them in are wacky. And so here goes a quick sort of review of this week's episode. So they're still looking for Sarah. They don't know where she is. She, of course, has been abducted by aliens, but they don't know exactly where she is. They're trying to find her. But they think the way they're going to find her is to find a particular alien that will know how to find her. And this particular alien, it turns out, is back in time in the 50s. So they go back in time to the 50s to try to find this alien who will help them find Sarah, they think. Meanwhile, Sarah, who's hanging out with Gary on this alien ship, which is now damaged, crash land on an alien planet, and they need to find something to refuel the ship. So they leave the ship, and they're walking around, and they have silly conversations, and they run into Amelia Earhart, which is weird, but also cool. Back on Earth in the 50s, the Legends are finding that the way they're probably going to find this alien is to get a job at this, or to get jobs at this burger joint that they come across. So they do this, and after a while they realize that people are going crazy over the burgers and over meat in general because of the sauce or whatever, or the something that goes into the burgers that makes them crave meat like crazy people. And what it is alien goo. Like something that's made from an alien. I don't know. They don't really go into detail. But they end up tracking the alien to where it's located by finding the address of the owner. And they go there, of the burger stand, and they go there, and his Stepford wife is there. But she's kind of a crazy Stepford wife. And it turns out she has a chrysalis in the basement where this alien is, and it's where the goo is coming from. And so the Legends confront her, but the alien bursts out of the chrysalis, and it's a giant bug. And so a thing happens, and of course they beat the bug, and it was just very silly. But I'm wondering if we're going to end up with a new Legend joining the team, because this girl that they picked up in the previous episode, who can sort of communicate with aliens because of a thing in her head from when she was once abducted, they've been sort of dropping hints that she's not just a 1 or 2 episode character. They're giving her a little bit more depth than that in these last couple episodes, so I think maybe she might end up becoming a Legend. Who knows? Maybe not. But after it was all said and done, we find that Zari 2 and the brother have been having a conversation about who's going to get the heirloom, which is the sacred totem that gives them their wind power or whatever it is. And Zari 1, who's trapped in the bracelet, is hearing all this, and she finally just goes, oh, the hell with it, and she makes a duplicate. So now they each have one, so that's going to obviously come up in future episodes. But before the episode ends, we go back to the planet that Sarah and Gary are trapped on, and they realize that everything is not quite all right with Amelia Earhart. She's kind of a little cuckoo. And they end up having to run away from her into these woods on this alien planet. And they find themselves up against a bunch of beings, we don't know what kind because we can't really see them, they're in silhouette or in shadow, coming towards them in the woods with lights, torches, alien flashlights, whatever. And that's kind of where they leave the episode. Again, nothing spectacular, nothing significant, just a madcap sort of episode where the characters get to do zany, crazy things that are kind of fun to watch. The thing about this episode I didn't like is there was too little Rory. Mick Rory is like the funniest thing on the show, and unfortunately he's leaving the show. But yeah, there wasn't enough of him in this episode, and if he's going to be leaving, could they maybe use him a little bit more in his last couple of episodes, because he's really funny. But that's it. I'll be back next week with a review of the next episode of DC's Legends of Tomorrow. Until then, I'm out of here, and I say once again, peace and long life.